Hello everybody, welcome back to my movie review series. Today we'll be continuing on with the fourth installment of the Jurassic Park franchise, Jurassic World. Just finished watching it. Like I said, we reviewed Jurassic Park 3, I thought that was the last one on Tubi. This one popped up. So if we went with this one today, you know how we do it. Overall impressions and grade after reading the logistics about the movie, as provided by Google. If you have not seen the movie or would like to, you're going to want to shut off the video. There will be spoiler alerts. We'll be discussing the plot synopsis and character development, any similar movies or major themes. Jurassic World was rated PG-13. It was released in 2015. It is an action/science fiction movie. It has a runtime of 2 hours and 4 minutes. Just similar to 1 and 2, and then 3 was like an hour and a half. You can watch it for free on Tubi or Peacock with a regular subscription. It says, located off the coast of Costa Rica, the Jurassic World Luxury Resort provides a habitat for an array of genetically engineered dinosaurs, including the vicious and intelligent Indominus Rex. When the massive creature escapes, it sets off a chain reaction that causes the other dinos to run amok. Now it's up to former military man and animal expert, played by Chris Pratt, to use his special skills to save 2 young brothers and the rest of the tourists from an all-out prehistoric assault. Originally released in 2015, as I just said, directed by Colin Trevorrow. So that's the third director. We went with Steven Spielberg, then a different dude. Ooh, this is the biggest one at the box office yet. $1.671 billion. So, it looks like it did pretty good. 84% liked it on Google, 71% liked it on Rotten Tomatoes, 6.9 out of 10 on IMDb. Nice. So what did I think? I enjoy it. Like I said, the previous ones, I enjoy this franchise and this series. Better than Jurassic Park 3. This might be my favorite one out of all of them so far. Again, this was released in 2015, so the animation has come a long way since the original one in 1993. I thought it was good that they switch it up, where it's like now the first 3 they're going to this island. Now they have the park set up. So I thought the park setup was good. I liked it. Plot moved along well. Wasn't too long. Wasn't too short. Kind of some of the, it's PG-13, some of the writing's a little bit cheesy, but overall I found it solidly entertaining. So I'm going to give it a solid flat B. Entertaining, I recommend it. Again, if you've not seen it, you can watch this one. These you don't really need to watch like in sequential order or anything. There's some ties to previous movies, but nothing substantial. So you can watch this as a standalone. Overall, I found it solidly entertaining. Nothing super unique, but it was still solid amongst the Jurassic Park universe. So if you've not watched it and liked it, there will be spoiler alerts. So the movie opens up, you meet Zach Mitchell and Gray Mitchell. Zach is, 14, 15, and Gray is, 12, 10 or 11. So they're brothers, and they're leaving their parents' house to go visit their aunt, Claire Deering, who runs the Jurassic World theme park. And, Zach has a girlfriend. He's kind of, like in the edgy teenager phase, and Gray is, kind of in still the young kid mode. And so they board on this ferry, and then they arrive at the Jurassic World theme park. And so they meet Claire's assistant, Zara, who is taking care of the kids pretty much most of the time. And then they start going about the park. You meet Owen Grady, who is the Chris Pratt character. He is training or takes care of the velociraptors. You have one called Blue, another one called Echo, Charlie, and something else. You have 3 or 4 velociraptors that he is training and taking care of. And so the place is run by, you couldn't really tell from the cast list, maybe Simon Masrani. Yeah, I think he's he's the guy that's running the place. You have Dr. Henry Wu makes a comeback. He was the original scientist in the first one, either played minor or non-existent roles in Jurassic Park 2 and 3. So he's back. Again, they've genetically engineered some more dinosaurs, and the park is functioning. And so there's this, Owen is kind of, getting hassled by this guy named Vic Hoskins, who's like an InGen. I think it's still the same company. But he wants to, try to control the raptors to use them as, military weapons. It's kind of like his characterization throughout. And so Owen is training the raptors in the initial scenes from, he's standing up on this elevated platform, and the raptors are down there, and he's able to, control them a little bit. And Vic is very impressed by that. And there's a, minor character who's, feeding the raptors, and he gets pulled into the raptor cage. And so Owen goes in there and is able to rescue him he's able to calm down. He's like got a personal relationship with the Blue, who's like the main raptor, and they sort of listen to him, but obviously they're still animals. And so he gets the guy out that fell into the raptor cage, and he's able to roll, tells him to shut the gate, and is able to roll under the gate, to escape the raptors himself. And so he's kind of like the rugged military animal trainer guy. And so what else goes on? Pretty early on, Claire gets called. Simon Masrani, he's a helicopter, pilot trainee. He's almost done with his training, and so he flies. He's kind of flying Claire around. She's not too happy, or she's not a very good pilot. But they fly out to a different part of the park, and you meet. There's this big the Indominus Rex or whatever that they've genetically made. What was it called? The Indominus Rex. And so it's a base T-Rex, and then you later learn that it's base T-Rex and raptor. And so you kind of visit there, and they call paddocks, is just where they keep the different dinosaurs. And Claire wants to make sure it's safe before they start letting people view the new dinosaur. And so she approaches Owen. He lives in a little trailer, kind of like on the property or close to it or something. And they have some minor history. I guess they've gone on one date before, and they didn't work out so well. So they have some sexual tension and relationship tension throughout the movie. But Claire wants Owen to come out and inspect the paddock to see if it's safe for people to view. And so the next day or whatever, they go out there and they can't find the animal. They have thermal sensing equipment, and it's scratched the side of the wall. So they think that maybe that the animal had somehow escaped. And so she has a tracker. It's a she. The Indominus Rex has a little tracker in the back of her neck, and it scratched the wall, and they can't seem to find it. And so meanwhile, at the same time, Zach and Gray, they're going around to the different parks or different of just attractions. They have a petting zoo for dinosaurs. They go to they have a big swimming dinosaur that's a predator as well, and it's kind of like SeaWorld splash zone type of deal. And so they go to that, and now they're going to another event or another attraction, which is basically just this big hamster wheel that you get into, and you go out amongst the dinosaurs and see them up close and personal. And so that's both going on simultaneously. You have two kind of pretty relevant characters, Vivian and there's another guy, I can't make him out from the cast list, but they're operators of the different security features in the, maybe it's Lowry, but they just run the technical backing to the park. And so that's going on, and they go to, Claire's asking the Vivian or the other dude, where's the Indominus Rex? He's like, no, it's still in the cage. And so somehow it is able to camouflage or, avoid being detected by thermal radiation. And so you have Owen in there and two other technicians, and he gets a call on frantically, get out, the animal's still in there. And so the two other technicians, they get eaten. Owen is able to escape, but now so is the Indominus Rex because it has opened the gate. And so it breaks out of the gate, and now it is free and running around the park. And so, obviously a big problem. A lot of the employees some of the employees have just been eaten, and they can't control their assets or the animals. And so Claire orders the park to be shut down, all the rides to be shut down, and everybody to go to the front of the park. So they do that. And right as they're shutting down the park, that's when Zach and Gray are getting into this hamster ball attraction, and they're the last ones to go. Right after they go, they shut down the park attractions. And so they're out and about looking at the different dinosaurs, and pretty quickly the Indominus Rex catches up with them, and they're in some trouble. It's able to, it has a big hook toenail claw thing, and it punctures through this steel ball or this I forget what material they call it, but just some reinforced glass. And it's able to pick up the whole ball with its mouth, starts crushing it, and the two kids fall out of it, and they're able to kind of escape. They run away, it's chasing them, and then they jump off this little cliff into the water, and the Indominus Rex does not follow them into the water. So they are able to escape, They trek through some more areas. They find another abandoned building, again reminiscent of the first movies. There's a abandoned Jeep Wranglers from the tours and stuff, and so they're able to repair or just start one of the Jeeps, and they're able to get in a car and to leave. And so they start driving, and then they go through a gate, and somebody lets them back into the main park. But now the Indominus Rex is going through. It kills a bunch of Stegosauruses or whatever Dinosauruses are, it shows them just killing a bunch of them and not eating it. So the characterization for the dinosaur is it's been raised alone. It has no meaningful relationship. So it just everything that moves it's going to kill. And so you have a scene of that where it just kills a bunch of the long-necked dinosaurs, and they're all just kind of laying in a field dying or dead. And then it breaks into the aviary. So a bunch of flying dinosaurs get out, and they go to all of the people at the front of the park. They can sense heat or whatever, or smell or whatever, and they fly to the front of the park and start kind of attacking people. So you got some chaos going on at the front of the park with all these dinosaurs out and about and loose. You have Claire and Owen going to try to find Gray and Zach, and so they're out there as well. I think they get back. Gray and Zach get back before Owen and Claire, but regardless, they come back, and they're kind of in relative safety, or at least for a moment. And the birds start attacking, and pretty quickly they're trying to figure out what are they going to do about the Indominus Rex, and so. The director of the park, Simon Masrani, he's a helicopter pilot, so they go up airborne, and they're going to try to shoot the big Indominus Rex. But when the birds get let out of the aviary, it kind of attacks the pilots and kills them, and takes the helicopter down. So Simon dies. So he is now dead. Vic Hoskins is now in charge. He has some other people come in and remove Vivian and the other dude. The other dude tries to kiss Vivian, and she's like, I got a boyfriend. But they have a big boat, and they're evacuating the island. And the dude, the other similar character to Vivian, at least role their jobs in the movie. He's like, I'll stay back and help as much as I can. And so the rest of them get evacuated off the island. And now Vic Hoskins wants to use the raptors to hunt the Indominus Rex. And so Owen's against it at first, but Vic's like, this is happening with or without you. So Owen agrees to help. And so they put the tracker, where the Indominus Rex had ripped out the tracker to establish the scent. And then Owen rides out on his motorcycle, and a bunch of other military or security type dudes roll out, and they start hunting the Indominus Rex. The raptors find him, and then that's when you realize that, Owen Grady realizes that the Indominus Rex is part raptor, because they start communicating with them, and basically the raptors that were going to hunt the Indominus Rex are now with the Indominus Rex. And so a lot of the military dudes get killed or injured. Another big frantic fight sequence. You have another minor character in Barry, who's another person like Owen, where he just takes care of the animals. But now they are frantically trying to kind of leave the area. And so Claire, Zach, and Gray Mitchell, they're in kind of like this big Mercedes enforced SUV type of thing. And someone comes up, blood print on the windows, like get out of here. And so they start driving away. They stun one of the raptors trying to get into the back where Zach and Gray are, but they're able to get away and go to relative safety. So they get kind of again close to like the front of the park, and then they get out and they're trying to hide in like the main part, or like just the concession stalls outside. And so basically the raptors come back. Owen is able to reconnect with Blue and get them back on their side and start to attack the Indominus Rex. But then Gray is like, we need more teeth. And so Claire decides, actually at this point, Vic Hoskins, he gets killed. The raptors, corner him as well, and they eat him, so he dies. And so then Claire lets out a T-Rex to help fight against the Indominus Rex, and so they go at it a little bit. The Velociraptors are helping as best as they can. Another fight sequence between two big animals, and then the big sea predator thing that they watched at like the splash zone type of environment comes up after the T-Rex has kind of wounded or mortally wounded the Indominus Rex, and pulls it into the water by its neck. So it's not clear how they're going to now that the T-Rex is now loose, not just the Indominus Rex. I don't know if that's like a big better environment or not, but regardless, that's what happens. So the resolution of the movie is pretty much Zach and Gray meeting back up with their parents. Owen and Claire kind of, saying we're going to stick together as, start a relationship or continue a relationship. And that is pretty much the resolution to the movie. And so overall, again, I found it entertaining, very, very on par with the different Jurassic Parks. It has a little better graphics because of when the movie was made. And overall, again, very consistent with what the Jurassic World, Jurassic Park environment and writing script has been. So overall, solidly entertaining to me. And if you've not watched it, I recommend it. So thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.